Hi, welcome to Asus. Today we are going to talk about how to preserve your essential oils and also how to make them last longer. And in the end of the video you will also learn how to control your materials and see if they are oxidized or not. Let's start. Of course there is an expire date and it's good to follow, but you can also extend the shelf life or your materials just by following some easy steps. I'm sure you are thinking, what if I already missed all those steps? Don't worry, at the end of this video you will be able to control if your materials are still useful. First of all, it's important to understand that to expose your materials to light, heat, or even oxygen can affect the shelf life or your essential oils. With that said, here is the best ways for you to preserve your materials. 1. Be sure to keep them in dark amber bottles or the green, blue, cobalt ones. 2. If you have the opportunity to preserve them in the refrigerator, it will definitely make them last much longer. And if you don't have the opportunity to preserve all your oils in the refrigerator, take at least the citrusy ones, because these materials are more sensitive and tend easily to degrade comparing with other oils like patchouli or sandalwood. Those materials, the woody ones, they tend to get better with age, so the more time better for them, but not for the citrusy ones. Be sure to always twist the caps tightly after using them, and be aware of the importance of cleaning your bottles if you don't want to destroy the surfaces of your home. These materials are very strong and they can eat a lot of materials. So if you are afraid of your table and other surfaces, be careful and clean properly. So now, how do you know when your materials has expired? The best way to control if your materials are oxidized or not is of course using your nose. And that's why it's important to train your nose and to get to know your materials. But what happens if you didn't have the time to evaluate your materials and explore them? Then there is some few tests you can do to control if they work. But that's why it's always I recommend that you familiarize with your materials, because then you will recognize easily if some materials got bad or not. But if you don't know the materials, if you didn't familiarize with them and want to know if your materials are oxidized, you can use of course your smelling strips and just put a drop and let it wait, and after a minute you will see it will forms a circle in the paper, and in the middle of this circle should be very clear. If you discover any particles or any cloudiness on it, your materials maybe has get contaminated or oxidized. So this is my recommendation for you to control your materials if you are a beginner and you don't have that much experience with that kind of materials. And the best way to avoid all this controlling situation is of course putting your materials in small bottles, at least in the case that you bought a big amount of materials, because then you will avoid to make your materials came in contact with the oxygen. Remember that oxygen is also an enemy of your essential oils. So the best way, put some of your materials in small bottles and preserve the others in the refrigerator or in some dark place. Well guys, now you know how to preserve your materials, how to make them last longer, and even how to control if they has expired. So please leave a comment below, give me thumbs up and subscribe so I can continue sharing with you some of the knowledge that I have collected under the years. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.